Greetings, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. We're currently listening to 288 Hertz solfeggio frequency music. Sacral chakra cleansing. Releasing negative emotions. I'm sensing some heaviness there. Identity and who the self and purpose is beyond origins, beyond upbringing, beyond the early programming. Building who we are and what we came here to do. And boundaries. Water signs tend to not be the best at boundaries. Air signs a little bit too, but they take themselves and everything more lightly, whereas water signs, everything is much heavier. Connect with fire energy and turn it all that emotion to steam if you need to. Through fire meditations, hot baths, mineral baths, going to hot springs, hot caves, salt caves. Burning it all away. So we need to take ourselves more lightly. The Fairies Oracle here by Brian Froud. And text is by Jessica Macbeth. Artwork by Brian Froud. And characters. So I just did a air and fire reading. So water signs, I am doing the readings a little bit differently this week. We're doing a general reading for all water signs from all three decks, and then we'll pull clarifying cards for each of the signs for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. He of the fiery sword. Number 4. A lot of images like this are coming through lately. So in meditation, you can see a little bit that there's like a meditation, almost seated position going on here as well. But we're receiving from the divine important messages, codes, uploads, upgrades. Cutting through and burning away all of the old stuff, everything. It's time to let it go, you know. Sad Buddha, take it all away. Okay, give it all to God. So we have the Empathic Oracle by Steve Wilson and Michelle Motusis. Oh, before we pull a card from that, though, we will read the Fairies Oracle text, what it says. So he of the fiery sword, the active principle, spiritual will, justice, protection. Justice came through also for the fire signs. If you have fire in your chart, which some water signs do, you may want to watch the fire sign reading that's being uploaded as we speak right now. But yes, justice and protection. When the song comes into any of the manifest worlds, this world, or fairy, or another, it first encounters two principles, sometimes called yin and yang, or masculine and feminine, or great god and great goddess. He of the fiery sword is the primary manifestation of the yang principle, action, will, movement, force, fire. We see him in many ways, each one an aspect of his total being. All of the great gods and protectors are aspects of this power. The fiery sword is the archetype of all magical and mundane swords, and written upon the blade are the words, "Draw me not without cause, nor return me without honor." Ooh, that's beautiful. A member of the Oracle group notes, his fiery sword illuminates truth and dispels not truth. This also, you can take this as the Archangel Michael sword, or the Sword of Destiny. We can call upon the master of the fiery sword when we have difficult things to do, when we need to take action that is going to require much of us, both in will and in compassion. And remember, water signs, that you must have compassion for yourselves first. Otherwise, those boundaries that you ignored and you didn't set forth, they'll turn into anger because they were disrespected. How can a person disrespect you knowingly when they did not know the realms within you had your expectations, where you held them? And I see this a lot, especially with water signs. Myself included. I'm working on that too. So when looking at this card, my neighbor saw it not as a sword, but as a feather of light. So yes, take yourself more lightly. He saw it as a symbol of the ability to fly, to rise above things. An Oracle group member saw it as someone reaching up, ascending, surrounded by multiple reflections, and filled with light and power. Oh, that's beautiful. To understand this card more fully, understand that they are two halves of the same whole. Both this one and card 5, which is she of the Kruich. I don't know how to pronounce that, which is the cup. So masculine and feminine. So so right now you need to be clear and focused with your will and determination, and have action and follow through, especially when it comes to decision making, even if much effort is required. This will and strength is present in regard to your issues that are currently under consideration. Really bursting the bonds of expectation, historical expectation, and any ways that you have outgrown, any ways of being that you've outgrown, so that you can move forward on to your next level. And sometimes this means taking a break from things, and it's gonna hurt. And you're gonna feel an absence and a loss. However, understand that nothing and everything is forever. So just don't attach to that. And that's difficult for water signs to do, but it is the current way right now. So I'm just going to end with a quote with this card. Understand that fairies cannot be pinned down to a page, a list, or a single definition. To grasp their elusive nature requires direct experience and personal engagement. So, don't allow yourself to be pinned down by someone else's expectations or definitions of you. And if you've done that in the past and you're breaking free from the trauma that has caused, call upon He of the Fiery Sword to cut through that shit for you. So, the Empathic Oracle by Steve Wilson and Michelle Matusas. One card, please, for water signs right now. One card, please. So, something, water signs tend to be very empathic, very feeling other people's feelings. And it's difficult sometimes to discern the difference between other people's feelings, our own feelings, or things we could be sensing from the residual past. And so I really like this Empathic Oracle. If you resonate with what I just said, I encourage you to get this and use it for yourself to help you to not get lost or stuck in things that may not even be your own. You know, you're just sensing it from somebody else. So, so often we can attach to the things we're feeling from the people around us, and we can explain it with our own shit. That's what our ego and our mind, our logical mind, wants to do. And it's almost, I don't want to say inventing things because I don't want to gaslight the situation, but it's really like an unhealthy perspective. And I feel like the Empathic Oracle is a wonderful tool for gaining healthy perspective. So I just wanted to share that with you. So, yes, number 12, manifestation. So, focus and manifestation. If you can, really, drop the feelings, drop the feels of things, and have more focus towards manifestation, and focus on, Holy Trinity, Divine Will, Mother, Maiden, Crone, the integration of all the things. It's not just about you and your little window, it's about the higher perspective, and when you exercise that ability and are able to use it, manifestation arrives. And to say timely fashion, but timely for some reason is coming through. I feel like you have more connection to divine timing. And then when you have more connection to divine timing, you're able to focus your manifestation energies and just your day-to-day energies and whatnot in a more productive way, and you're not stuck in this almost self-abusive cycle of perceiving things, So today I give myself the opportunity to manifest. My energy is abundant and I attract to myself that which is needed for my path. Oftentimes as empaths we have forgotten that the energy of abundance resides within us. We become overwhelmed and disregard the importance of the physical aspect of life. Jobs that seem meaningless, bosses that are difficult, or at times it may seem that we need physically in our life. Or at times it may seem that what we need physically in our life eludes us. But because of your connection to the earth, you are filled with a knowing of what it takes to attract to you what is needed at any given moment. Your gift to the world as an empath makes you an asset to the earth and its creator, as we are the ones who change energy. They will not let you fail. Clear yourself and ground and tap into the abundance that the earth wishes to give you. Ask yourself, have I asked the Creator and Earth today what they wish to give me? Ask yourself, am I ready to receive from my journey's abundance, or am I feeling that I will not have enough? So, yeah, and then tapping into the Christ grid. There is an energetic grid over the Earth. Christ grid, Christ consciousness. The ultimate manifesto. But yeah. That's cool. So next we have the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reed, illustrated by Jenna Della Grottaglia. The Shaman's Dream is such a pretty deck. I mean, oh my gosh. It's so pretty. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. That's the back of it. Just that. It's so pretty. It's beautiful. So, one card for water signs, please. One card. Falling Angel, Spiritual Narcolepsy, number 19. Are you falling asleep on your spiritual practices? I might be a little bit. I got the sick, over the holidays, and I had actually several sicknesses going on, back to back, and it was for purpose. But yeah, I really lost some practices and ritual things that I had begun for myself because I was surrendering to that present moment, in that moment, and the gifts that I was receiving, along with the tough experience of it. So, Falling Angel. You are being cautioned now to not fall asleep or go unconscious. You have been flying above the strife and suffering of the world in angelic bliss. However, you risk being seduced by the beauty and comfort of your situation and losing track of your aspirations, your wings. As you fall, you pick up speed, heading toward the trees below and a possible nasty landing. Remember that all you need to do to stop being a falling angel is to spread your wings and halt your descent and then find an updraft again. Do not be seduced by the fallen angels, your supposed friends and companions who are ready to use you for their pleasure and have only their interests in mind. As you soar once more in flight, receive the gift of the falling angel as an invitation to study the forest from above the trees. In other words, to analyze your situation from a higher perspective without being entangled in its thorny branches. Once you understand what needs to be done, head back to your lofty heights and stand by for the right moment. Actions you take now may backfire. Stay conscious and wait until you are guided to change. You will know when the time is right. So again, divine timing, surrendering to that. Don't let the stuckness and the overwhelm of emotions drag you down. Taking a break is always okay. And really connecting with the divine. Asking divine, what should I be doing? Am I aware in this moment? Is there any awareness that you have to gift me? Four plus 19 is 23. The number 23 is coming through today. 23 and 5. So 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5s are coming through, 23 is coming through. 4s are always coming through. All day, every day. So that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Now we're gonna pull some clarifying cards for each of the signs, and I think that will be really helpful because this is kind of a watery reading here. Watery. Very useful still, though. I'm sure it's due to the intricacies in the unique situations that each person, each being that is receiving this message is going through. So, for Pisces, what do we have? For Pisces, the energy oracle cards just popped right out for Pisces. Those are the energy cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. So for Pisces, and it is your season right now, Pisces. Pisces season. So, one energetic card for Pisces. The Sun. And then something just to consider, appreciation. Focus on appreciation and gratitude, Pisces. Okay. But the Sun here is coming through for you right now. Surrender yourself to the higher power and the oneness within. Merge that divine masculine, divine feminine energy within, making sure that you are honoring all that you are at all times, which you aren't really you, there is no you, but there is a you that has been embodied here in this realm. For purpose, for the greater purpose. And surrendering to that greater purpose and embodying that greater purpose is something that you're really being called to do right now, Pisces. When you honor you first and you know thyself, you honor your creativity, your God-given talents, and surrender to the new beginnings that those God-given talents that they can create. So remember that the sun brings blessings to the earth, and this card portends blessings in your own life as well. Just as the sun nurtures the earth, bringing new life in the spring and summer, this is your time for a new beginning. The onset of a nurturing new light in your life, the light of divine inspiration and personal growth. This card often marks a time of great creativity, bringing the culmination of an important new project, such as the birth of a baby, or the writing or publication of a book, or even the birth of a new you. Now is the time to put your energy into expressing your truth and vision. Visualize the light of divine love pouring into your heart and mind like the rays of the sun, bringing inspiration, growth, and abundant blessings. See the future you want to create. Hold that highest timeline at all times as much as possible. Draw it, write about it, feel it, embody it, and know that the sun is shining on your intentions right now. So affirm to yourself, I open my heart and life to the creative inspiration of divine love. I choose to create happiness in every new day. Oh, that's beautiful for you, Pisces. Lovely, lovely. So, Cancer. What does Cancer? Okay, Cancer. Aries was going through a little bit of a shadowiness, and I feel like Cancer is a little bit too. I'm Cancer, and I would agree with that. However, I feel like my current approach is much different than my shadow work has been in the past, and so I'm surrendering and listening and following my divinely directed path a little bit more faithfully. I was, becoming this falling angel a little bit, and I feel like I'm getting back to, what I was sent here to do. So, for Cancer, one card please, Cancer. Always this card. But interesting, 1-1, the fledgling. So, I guess water signs in general, just new beginnings, surrendering to the new beginnings that are coming with the destruction of the old, that's universally happening right now on this plane, in this realm. So, surrendering to the oneness, remembering that be humble, not just ego-wise, but also in respecting the fact that you're important and you're sent here to do something, and that it's a big deal. And then there's also burning away of heart energies here. some old things that are really burning away, piercing through all the way to the back of the heart there. And I'm feeling that absolutely. My science mind wants to say, I'm just having gallbladder attack. But no, I know deep down what's going on. And there's like an anger and an indignation there. Putting the foot down. Defending the self for the purpose of losing self to the greater good, if that makes sense. So, dear one, when you receive the symbol of the fledgling, know that you're blessed with a time of learning new things. This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. Being in this evolving state means you may stumble a bit. Don't expect yourself to be perfect. I know that personally I have not done things because I have this built-in programming and expectation of being perfect. If I am perfect, then I won't get in trouble. If I won't get in trouble, then I will still receive positive energy and love and attention and things that I need. So it really became kind of a survival skill for me to have this sense of needing to be perfect all the time. And that's something that if you are in survival mode, you are not in thrival mode, okay? And we want to get to a thriving mode, out of survive into thrive. That is really important at this time, because if we are to elevate everything, then there needs to be something, a level, a benchmark to elevate to. And that's not in a sense of better than, it's more in a sense of vibrations. I hope that makes sense. So now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny to become the beautiful person you are meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth and wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and a willingness to learn and discover. Oh, my jaw just really cracked on the masculine side. So, yeah, making sure you're speaking from the heart. Listening first. Being gentle and listening to the self as well. Listening to the self and following through with what messages you receive from the self. And that is really a divine connection that you have there within that process there. And being gentle with that forming connection and yourself as you become better at listening to and interpreting and following through with what's coming through for you. It's important right now. And then, yeah, surrendering to that oneness. It's one. That's interesting. So, there's Cancer, and now we have Scorpio. Scorpio. 7 energies for Scorpio. My cat is licking our air conditioner. Should I be concerned? Not anything dripping from there. Hey! Psst. What are you doing? Sorry, you guys. I don't want her like licking refrigeration. I gotta check that out in a little bit here. So, Scorpio, Oracle of the 7 Energies by Colette Baron Reed. Willing release. You are being called into a willing release. Scorpio is holding on to something that needs to be let go of. And sometimes we feel like we've already let go of something, and we haven't, especially if repeated things keep arising in our realm of existence, you know? So, in this case, we must we must yield to the divine plan, release attachment to form, expectation, wanting to plan things or control things, and especially if it's something that it isn't what you expected or wanted, because that's something that Scorpio likes to do, is have a lot of expectations. Sorry, Scorpio, that's something that you are divinely directed right now to release and gift to the divine, so that the divine can gift back something that is even better. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in our co-creative partnership with the divine, give and take is necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, you must find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment and entitlement. No, with the entitlement. Right now, can you immerse yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without interference? Take a deep breath. Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it is not packaged in the form you thought you wanted? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you've received the perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work, defined your desires, and felt them deeply, and engaged your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? I mean, it's a simple thing. It feels difficult because it's something that, if we release the known, and it's unknown, then that's a scary thing, and it's scary on multiple levels. And we have to be willing to release the known in order to receive an even greater unknown. And that's number 49. 53, 8. Wait, what did I just say? I'm sorry. Boy, I went into another dimension for a second there, folks. I'm sorry. 49 is 13. Whoa. Goodness. Which is 4. So 4 and 4. Sorry. So we have 1 and 1. We have 4 and 4. So 12, 19. So for all you numerology folks, I'd like to dive into that. If you have a recommendation on an excellent numerology book or reference, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I have been on the hunt, and I thought that I've connected to a couple of numerology books in the past, and just at the last second decided, no, that's not quite right. And I'm looking for something that I really connect to about numerology. So if you have a reference, I would love to hear what you have to say about that. So Anywho, thank you so much for being here. Terrific water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And we'll see you next time.